Hello, welcome. So, in today's little reading, we're going to ask the cards what you need to know about the person you're asking about. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, I've gotten the cards, and there's already some very interesting things to say about this person. So, we got the lizard card, we got dolphin reverse, and then we also have the turtle card to start. And then we also have underneath lizard death with angel's trumpet. Underneath dolphin we have passion flower with surrender. And underneath turtle we have dandelion with wounded healer. So yeah, this person that we're talking about is very familiar with suppressing their feelings and suppressing sides of themselves, and they're a lot more protective of themselves and of their energy than they might be willing to admit. So that may be something good to keep, good for something to keep in mind if you're dealing with this connection, is that they're not necessarily a fragile person, but they have boundaries up that they might not even really be aware of. Now, they're a very quiet kind of person. Their soul feels quite gentle and quite quiet just to be around them, and they may not be the one to really be doing a lot of talking in group situations or even one-on-one. They are very playful and childlike at heart, but that is something that they kind of keep locked up and doesn't really come out unless it's towards specific people. They're not going to feel safe to play like a dolphin unless they feel safe around someone. They very much have a outwards shell like a turtle does, and they're a bit slow moving when it comes to either developing feelings or understanding their feelings, and also slow to trust. They could be a Cancer. I'm kind of getting Cancer vibes. Yeah, they're like a very lighthearted soul person, but at the same time they have like a darker side to themselves. They could be really fascinated with death, with the dark things, with like that kind of realm, like maybe even esoteric things that are a bit more taboo. I think they could really be big into taboos, but then they might not want to reveal that about themselves because they don't want to be perceived in like a negative light. Okay, girl. Which is ironic that they might have such an interest with death, because death is really all about surrender, but it doesn't seem like they themselves are that comfortable with surrender, with letting things go, with letting their most authentic self shine through. They're honestly quite they held themselves back a lot, so much to the extent that they've been doing it for so long, like their entire lives, that they don't even realize that that's what they're doing, and that they often don't get to be their most authentic selves. So when they're around someone where they truly feel comfortable, they're so much happier, but they might not completely understand why this person is activating their most authentic parts to come out, which could be triggering. And they're definitely a wounded healer. They're definitely someone that has probably dealt with a lot in the past or in their past lives. There's a lot of weeds that they've had to deal with in their life that they might be too scared to weed away, like to pick away the dandelions to like allow the garden to grow. So their inner world feels kind of infested with these people that were, toxic to them, or situations. They haven't really processed these things. So maybe they should go to therapy. Don't we? Shouldn't we all? So yeah, they could be really stuck because of past things that have happened to them, which is probably that's the reason why they have a hard time opening up to people, which is so fair. But yeah, they definitely have some healing to do when it comes to surrendering and just being more open. Although they may come across as pretty chill and just like quite observant, they're just kind of there. There could be a lot going on within their mind, within their internal world, that most people are not aware of. But there are some people that can kind of sense that there's a lot of shit going on inside, but you can't really tell what it is. But what it is to do with all these wounds building up that are to do with expressing their full self. So they may have dealt with people that kind of told them not to be themselves, or like shut them down whenever they would, you know, try to do something that felt very aligned to their true selves, etc. Yeah, let's get more info. So I asked the cards why it is you needed to know these things about this person, and we had the Six of Cups reversed coming out, the Five of Swords, and then also the Nine of Wands. So there's a lot of anxious energy going on with this connection, or at least like your perception of it. There's a lot of anxiety and overthinking. One of the greatest reasons that you need to know about these things to the other person is not only to ease your anxieties about how their behaviors and their actions, and they're more so to do with them and not you. Um, but another part of it is that you need to know these things in order so you can see how those things are also existing within yourself. Like, this is very much like a childhood wound to them, and it is to you. I think you two connect in some way where you had a similar childhood, or you had like similar traumas or similar things happen to you as a child, and so you both really have a concrete understanding of each other, like the basis understanding. And so by knowing about these things about this person, it's going to really help you see clearer um, as to why they behave they do, but then also like reflecting, being like, well, like, I understand why they would react that way because that's how I would react or have react because of things that have happened in the past that are similar to them. So being able to put like the comparison is helpful. And then the Five of Swords, like, you need to know about these things just to ease like the anxiety of like, have I done something wrong, or like, are they hiding something from me, kind of thing. And just like going around and around in that kind of obsessive thinking, to just realize that the reasoning behind it is a lot more simple than you're making it up to be. Yeah, and then with the Nine of Wands in reverse, it's like, I don't know, it's like you're overburdening yourself with all of these thoughts that are like may not even be yours, that like you're worrying for them, or you're like making conclusions about their life that like don't even impact you or affect you at all. You're just like kind of, you're stuck in this really weird mindset where it's like you feel like you know everything about this person, but then you're also like, I literally know nothing. And I think this reading is kind of showing you that you actually do know a lot more than you think, but at the same time, when you're comparing your like experiences, that the childhood wounds, at the same time, like, you can't make it exact. Like, nothing is ever going to be exact, but the general, like, I think you can understand where this person is coming from in general, but then past that, you can't assume things, because I think the assuming is kind of getting you, like, it's digging you, you're digging yourself into holes. It's not getting anywhere. And once you've made those assumptions, it's hard to take back those assumptions, and then like you're seeing this person within the perspective that you've put, and so once you're just kind of waiting for them to prove that it's true or prove that it's not true, but then you're just waiting around and that might never happen. So it's like you're literally just driving yourself to insanity. So it's like, rather than assuming that something about someone or their past, just wait for them to show that part of themselves. Wait for them to expose themselves before even questioning anything. Yeah. But I think it's just most important for you to know that they've gone through shit, you've gone through shit. It's kind of similar, but not exactly the same. know that their actions and behaviors are not necessarily because of you, but it's more so because of their past and people in their past. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave the reading there. It was just a little one. I think we just needed a little message, so yeah, everything's gonna be chill. They seem like a very chill, sweet person. It just takes some time. It's just gonna take some time for them to fully trust you, and that's nothing against you. That's just how they are. So yeah, I just realized I didn't use my microphone the entire time, but that's fine. It's a low quality shit. It's alright. Okay, bye.